In a war between humans and AI, who do you think will win? Last week I uploaded a sci-fi skit on my channel and got several requests from you guys asking to make a tutorial. So here's a step-by-step tutorial on how to make a sci-fi or any short film, to be honest, all by yourself. Now since my bio says I talk about AI and filmmaking, I wanted to make something in between these two worlds. And also I wanted to talk about this ongoing controversy about how AI is gonna take over humanity. So I had this crazy idea of making a video on how ChatGPT took over my YouTube channel. By the way, if you haven't seen that, pause this video, watch it first and then come back. Link in the description. And let's move on. As you guys like the intro of my cinematic solo video, I knew I had to start with a cinematic sequence. That too something that hooks the audience to watch the entire video. Now movies use this trick all the time, showing you the climax first and making sure you hold on to the story from the very beginning. Although I didn't had an entire story yet, I wrote an engaging climax first. Now I had a shot of me running from something. That was clear that I want AI to come out of the computer. The part of it turning into me was a last moment idea. Once that was figured out, I had a starting, a middle and an end. Things that are needed for a YouTube video to work. Good concept? Check. Good hook in the beginning? Check. Good story? Check. Good title? Check. Good thumbnail idea? Check. Good acting? To be edited in post? I didn't make a screenplay because I was literally improvising till the very last moment, and then I started with the shoot. The short list I had made things pretty easier. All I had to do is to plan a shot with good visuals, and I started with my favorite shot, the climax. I'll be making an entire separate video of the equipments I use to make my YouTube videos. Link should be in the description depending upon when you are watching the video. To give the scene a dramatic thriller vibe, I decided to go with a red key light. I put my Digitech RGB handheld light to the full intensity and placed it to the left, just a little out of the frame. To create this flickering light effect, I chose one of the default settings in this light and placed slightly near it. Still the scene wasn't bright enough and adding my Kodak ring light was bringing too much light, so instead of using it directly, I used the walls as a reflector and brought some reflected light to the scene. That did the job quite well. Lastly, I put up a practical light to create more drama to the scene, set up the camera and began shooting. For this next shot, I had one office with this cool neon sign behind. I put the key light to the left, creating a contrasting image and added a tealish green light just to cancel the total darkness and give it a sci-fi vibe. For this purple glow from the portal, I asked my mom to bring the RGB light set to purple slowly near me. For this under the table shot, we simply used two of these RGB lights, one set on pink for the sci-fi neon look and the other set to yellow to make the skin look realistic. Now this kidnapping shot is interesting because I knew I had to hide all these elements visible in the frame. I put a yellow light right below me for an upward shadow bringing more drama to the scene and a purple rim light. And this last shot is my regular tutorial setup with a ring light at a 45° from me and a rim light. Let's move on to the fun part, the edits. Once I placed the edits on the timeline, I threw a basic color grade. Nothing too fancy, just some contrast increase and a tint of colors in shadows and highlights. Sound design is hands down one of the most crucial part of editing. Stacking different sounds, you can create a surreal world and make your audience feel a certain way. I like to categorize my sound design in 4 major parts: Foley's, ambience, sound effects, and background music. Starting with Foley, I added sound of door opening and closing, footsteps, clothes, impacts, and heavy breath. For ambience, I added this flickering light sounds for each time the light flickered. Then added whooshes for some movements. And finally, a dramatic backscore for binding everything together. Now, instead of simply slapping a background music to the whole scene, you should think of the background music as a sound effect itself. Use different paces of the music for different situations in your video. And this goes for pretty much the whole film, I guess. I'm not going in details because it will make the video too long. For this animating robot, I used couple of AI tools like Adobe Firefly for generating the images and Runway ML's image to video generation for turning it alive. Although it can get several attempts to get the results you want. For AI's voiceover, I used play.ht. I have mentioned how this website works in a previous video linked below.
Better than anyone and can expertly can secrets.
Trying to get an appointment to see your doctor today.
And that's pretty much it. If you still have questions for a certain part of the video, feel free to comment below. I answer every comment. And if you enjoy watching such contents, drop a like and I'll continue making more of these videos in the future. See you in the next video. Till then, keep creating.